Hey everybody, it's V from Grit and Glamour. Yeah, some wild hair today. It's just wild, you know, I just don't know what to do with it these days. But anyway, let's get into this video. So this video is about my newest acquisition, the Louis Vuitton Desk Agenda. Yes, I caved, but I'm going to explain why and why it's totally functioning and functional in my existing collection of the Louis Vuitton Couv Carnet and the Louis Vuitton Agenda GM. So the first thing I'm gonna do is explain, you know, how I came to be such a hardcore ring-bound planner girl who like never thought that a desk agenda would work for me. So I'll explain like my thought process in using all three of these items and not duplicating anything in any of them. And then I'm gonna switch camera angles and show you a peek inside sort of the products I'm using now, what converted me, why I love it, and how I've sort of adapted it based on what I have available to me right now. So why go from the GM to the desk agenda? Great question, because I'm a hardcore ring-bound planner person and I've been using a ring-bound planner for like 20 years. I'm kidding you not. I've started to think of the GM as more of my headquarters, okay? There's a lot of stuff in here that I've shown you on other videos, like recipes and notes about my own personal Louis Vuitton collection. You know, I have a page that has all the date codes and what I paid and where I got it from, kind of for insurance purposes and for my own, you know, record keeping. But anyway, it is a record keeper. It keeps a lot of documents and things that I need not on a daily basis. Like to have it at my disposal, like to know where everything is, that it's all in one place, but I don't need it every day. So that kind of got me thinking, excuse me. So, you know, you've seen from other videos that I use these, I was using these A5 pages by Sessa Vee, which are awesome. They're like the best quality paper. They're minimal. They're really beautiful. And I love them, except I don't like having to write the dates every day. The other thing is, you know, writing in the agenda with the rings, like I would open and close the rings all the time, at least once a day probably. So I started thinking about that and I'm like, okay, let's do the math. Open the rings at least once a day every year. That's a minimum of 365 ring openings per year. And you know, I think over time that will tax the rings. I mean, this is an old agenda and it's surviving great, but I just thought to myself, I don't really need all of this on my desk every day, and I don't need a system where I have to open and close rings every single day. So converted me, there was a couple things. One, I didn't think the desk agenda would work for me because most people use spiral bound notebooks in it, and I'm not spiral bound, I never will be. I need to move paper around, and I don't like tearing things out. So that's the reason why for a long time I didn't consider it. The other thing too is because I've already spent a fair amount of money on agenda, on notebook related items in Louis Vuitton, I didn't want to spend $500 plus more on another agenda-like thing. So I told myself if I could find a desk agenda for under $400, I would nab it. I would snag it, and I did. I found one for $3.99 in excellent condition on eBay, and here it is. It's awesome. So that's two or three of the reasons why I was sort of contemplating one way or the other. So the thing that made me finally bite the bullet was the Levenger ARC system, disc bound. Now, not just Levenger, but also Staples does the ARC system. I think it's Staples ARC system. It is ARC. ARC is Staples, disc bound is the system. Levenger is the brand that I am using, and this totally, what I did was I ordered it, and I'll put links below and talk about exactly what pieces that I ordered to put this together, but that totally sold me on this. I was like, okay, I have my rings, I have my movable paper, and the real thing that sealed the deal for me was 2 pages per day, like a ton of room to write, a ton. Now I had to, because I wanted to jump into this immediately, I bought some Undated pages and they are just so clean and ample. They're amazing. But once I hit October, then these are the dated pages, and they're still pretty minimal. All of the text and even the lines are gray, not black. So your own writing really pops out. Anything that you're gonna put into it really pops out of the page. So I don't have to now write the dates down. So that is sort of how I arrived at where I am. And I'm using now, this is how I'm using all these guides, all right? Let's talk about the Couv Carnet. I've already mentioned the Couv Carnet. Couv Carnet, well, here's the sizes too, just so you get a good reference. Couv Carnet is on top, it's about 6 by 8 inches. Here's everything from the side. You can see the GM is much thicker than the desk agenda, and the Couv Carnet is a little tiny skinny thing. Here they are from here. All right. So, Couv Carnet, I've talked about before in another video, and I use it in my handbag. It's my take with me little notebook for jotting things down. I'm sort of using it as a place to capture inspiration and journaling and shopping lists and, you know, blog notes. And for example, my love Tom Ford, a movie, he's doing another movie, he's directing another movie, it's coming out in December, so I put that in there as a note to myself, like I want to see that. So that's the Couv Carnet. It's like a little journal and a place where I can jot notes, and I can leave the pages intact and have a whole notebook that represents the entire year, whatever period of time it represents, or I can easily tear pages out of this green room notebook from Target. So that's the Couv Carnet. Still using it, still in my bag. Little notebook journal. GM, as I said, is now HQ, home base, headquarters, has all the stuff I don't need on a daily basis, record keeping, recipes, birthdays, all that stuff that I don't need to know about every day. It's in here, all right? Which is now shelved in my office. I don't have it open and out every day like I used to. Finally, desk agenda has only month at a glance, and my daily pages, okay? That's it. That is it. I haven't, actually, you know, it's time for me to change camera angles. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll walk you through exactly how I have this set up. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are, changed camera angles, and I'm going to sort of walk you through exactly how I have the desk agenda set up. Again, I chose the Levenger Circa system. It's disc bound, and what I did was I bought this Circa Simply Irresistible sampling kit, and you can see that it provides you with a different range of sizes and rings enough for a junior, which this is Circa junior size, fits into the desk agenda, and then you can also make a letter size. The reason why I bought this is because it's $40, and it does give you a pocket, this pocket, it gives you the rings, it gives you 2 of these covers, clear translucent covers. It gives you extra paper, lined paper. I have some of it in here. Lined paper, these like jotlet papers, and then a couple other things that I don't have here in front of me, but if you're interested, you can look it up on the Levenger website. I'll have links to all that below. The reason why I chose a sampler kit, because it's $40, is you get a $40 gift card, $40 gift card that you can use in Levenger on the Levenger site. So basically you're set up for free. So, anyway, that's why I chose the Simply Irresistible planning kit, so I could get my $40 gift card, which I'm gonna use for next year's inserts. Anyway, there you go. I keep all that stuff tucked in here. This is for note taking. I just have, you know, some sticky notes here and some payday stickers. These are from Sessa Vee, and then the stickies are from Cloth and Paper. The Simply Irresistible Circa Planning Kit from Levenger comes with 3/4 inch black rings for the junior, and that's perfect for me. I don't need anything more than that, because as I said, this is a really stripped down version of my planning. This is just my agenda, my calendaring. So the way I set this up is I put this is, you've seen this before. This was a print I printed online myself, and I had it in my agenda, and in my GM agenda, and I just cut it off. So I cut the holes off where it was punched, and I tucked it in this little plastic pocket, which the only thing I wish is it wasn't like kind of bluey in the background. I wish it was completely clear, and I've yet to find really clear ones. Anyway, so that's in there, and then what I've done is I took, let me just clip this back in here so you can see what I'm doing. What I do is I have my paper clips clipped on either side of my monthly pages, so when I open this pocket, it goes straight to my monthly pages, which are from Tiffany, okay, and they were punched for the A5 GM with 6 holes. I am not one of those kind of people that can get a page that's punched one way and repunch it another and actually be able to look at that long term. So what I did is I covered them with washi and repunched them. I also ordered the Levenger desk punch. It is a beast. It's huge. It's heavy. It feels like it weighs about 4 pounds, but it can punch all different sizes of Circa. It's $50, which is almost the price. I think the ARC ones are like $39.99 anyway, and they've got this really big tall handle. So I chose to go ahead and get this because I think I'm going to be sticking with the system for a long time, and this can handle punching like heavier cardstock, where their smaller, more portable punch I don't think can handle that. So anyway, I washied, I punched, and I put it in. Okay, I repurposed my pages from Tiffany that were punched for the A5 for the ARC, the disc-bound system. So this is the activities checklist for September. These are from Time System, and I've talked about them before in other videos. I'll put a link below. I love these things. You can see that video and understand how I use them. So again, they're punched for a 6-ring A5. I washied, I repunched, and voila, they work perfectly in the disc-bound system. So then I have my daily pages here, and there's October, and then when I get into October, then here are the actual Circa pages, and you can see they're just really light gray. So everything else, the whole printing sort of takes a back seat to your note taking, or if you're a decorator or whatever. It will really pop on these pages, unlike some of the darker pages that are out there for your planner. All right, I had an abrupt stop because my card was full. I really need to get a larger memory card for the camera anyway. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I'm using just the bookmark that I had made for me from Tiffany White, and it just sits in there loosely on my daily, where I am, like on my today page. And I haven't decided whether, they do sell like page finders that will clip in. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do a page finder like that. And I also haven't decided whether I'm going to go to the Levenger Circa Junior tabbed month on 2 pages, or if I'm going to stick with these really fun inserts for just the months from Tiffany. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go with these or not. Probably, I think so. I love the little pop of color. And then the other thing I'll say about this is I do have both of the translucent covers that I bought in the back section. One holds the pages in the planner, in the desk agenda. The other one I have here just to keep any writing that might be on a final last page from transferring onto the desk agenda itself. And also it sort of makes it really easy to keep your pages from buckling or folding in the back. And that's it. So anyway, again, if you know disc-bound systems are really easy. The pages come out just like that. They're punched and they go in just as easily. You can move things around. I absolutely am just thrilled with this system, and I will keep you updated as I update it going forward. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you really soon. Bye-bye.